Hello, my name is Kathy, and this is my channel, Rocks, Fossils, Minerals, Oh My. Um, I have a love for rocks, fossils, minerals, and much more, and I've collected for quite a while, and a friend of mine suggested to do a channel where I can just show off my beauties. There's always somewhere to buy something or learn something, but this is just to show off the beauty. And as you can see, today is amethyst. Amethyst is a very common rock. It's quartz basically with iron, which gives the color. And that's a big one. It's got beautiful points on it though, and they're all natural, as you can see. And here's another one. It's smaller, but it's got calcite with it. And this one, I can't get a real good picture of it, but it's mostly druzy, but it is amethyst. Here's another. This is from Brazil, and it's got really pretty little cave in there, but a lot of agate around the edges, as you can see. It's been polished. It's quite pretty. This one is much darker, the more desirable ones, but this is about all I can afford in that dark color. And then there's amethyst from Canada and British Columbia, and it has hematite on top of it growing. This one also, just a little better example. It's totally covered and you can't really see the amethyst. And here's just a regular piece of amethyst. It's not a point, but and here's a pretty little amethyst. And then these are called scepter, well, kind of points. They've been pulled out of the so imagine just how big that piece had to be to pull it out. Much bigger than that, but they're quite pretty, easy to handle. And this is a point, but I got it for one reason. See the low growth patterns, or as someone would say, record keepers. That's why I got that one. It's quite interesting to me. And then you get amethyst. This is amethyst cut, and it's from Morocco. And you can see, if I can get the right angle in here, there are hematite inclusions inside of the stone when it grew. There are little lines. You can see them, but it gives the stone more of a reddish hue because of it. There's some of my collection. This little guy. He's pretty. A little point. Natural. He's got a lot of pretty jelly purple inside. And then this is a point, but it's not naturally a point. It's been polished. And just wanted to show you the difference between polished and real points. When you look at the shine on the real points, you can tell there's growth patterns on it, indentations. That's natural points. But I just wanted to share. Amethyst is a common stone. Found all over the world, including the United States. There's a few famous mines. I really would like to get I got them earlier before I started filming, of course. Maybe I should zoom in a little more. You can see them in the left-hand corner. They look like scratch marks, but they're not. They're inside of the stone. Wherever you see those little lines on the inside, those are hematite inclusions. See on the left-hand side and on the top right. And they give the stone a more reddish hue. This is just a common piece of amethyst. It's not a point, but it has to grow from somewhere to start. So, but I just enjoy collecting and the beauty of the stones. Let me zoom back in. This is all new to me. Maybe you can see. Open the curtain a little bit. Can you see the hematite? It's the orange color on top. And the little speckles. And that's why these pieces are so desirable, because they're different. And they have hematite. See all the little spots and then the orange on top of them. That's the back of it. But as you'll notice, you see the quartz first, then the color for the amethyst, which is the iron. Here's that other piece. Wish I could get way down in there. And you can. It gets darker in the inside. A lot of these are cut out of the mountain or cavern or wherever they're found. There's really pretty dark purple there. This is just the biggie. It's just my biggest piece, but it does have some really pretty points. A word of warning: don't leave your amethyst in the sun. If you do, you will not have amethyst anymore. It will lighten up and turn pinky white because the sun washes out the color for some odd reason. But anyway, there's my little share for today. My first video, so please give me some slack. Here's another piece that's got the hematite on top and the amethyst underneath. Hematite on top. Somebody turned that into a magnet, wasn't me. But here's the back of some of these that are cut out. It's kind of pretty. It's like agate. The banding all around them. And this one's from Brazil. There are many locations around the United States that you can find amethyst. There's some in Georgia and Carolina. Those are the places I know for sure. I know there's more, but I just don't know what they are right now. And amethyst, if you've ever heard the lore of amethyst, in Roman society, they wore amulets or even had goblets made out of amethyst so that they wouldn't get drunk. And the word amethyst actually means not drunk. And there's a lot of mythology around it, and there's like 2 different stories, so I'm not going to go into them because I'm no expert on all that. But I just really appreciate the stones, and I love sharing. So this is kind of like show and tell sharing for me. You see the reddish in that stone? A little reddish hue coming out. That's mainly because of the hematite. Now, there are some really fine amethysts from Russia, and they have more blue and red tints to them. Shine, flashes, whatever you want to call them. But most amethyst is either deep or light or druzy or big chunky ones. Whatever your preference is. I kind of like to have some of everything. And that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for stopping by. And if you have any comments about amethyst, anything you can add, because I'm no expert, but maybe there are some out there that would like to add something, feel free to put that in the comments. And I think I've just broke that rule of filming up instead of sideways, but this is my first video. Like I said, a friend of mine was supposed to join me. I hope she's feeling okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this on my own. Maybe that was her motivation for me to just go ahead and start doing it. I don't know, but usually I'm not going to show such a variety of stones. I'm going to be showing one at a time, maybe 1 or 2 examples at a time. But I thought I'd start with amethyst. Pretty much everybody's familiar with amethyst, so I thought I would show it. I don't have any jewelry really. I do like to collect the single gemstones because they're rare or something's different about them. But I really don't have a lot of amethyst jewelry. And mostly they're used accent stones. Then you get something pretty like this. And that's definitely a centerpiece right there. That, by the way, is a 7+ carat amethyst from Morocco. And the hematite inclusions are found there in Morocco in that area. But, like in, this is hematite on top of the amethyst. It's a coating. It grew on top of it after the amethysts had already formed. So, it's a little different. It's not inside, it's on the outside. So, thank you for sharing, for looking. And that's it.